Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. We're going to be going into the new Darkest Dungeon Season 3 that I had to remake. Just real quick at the mod list here. If you saw the community post or the video kind of talking about it, you saw why. But there was a mod with a update that kind of crashed the estate more or less. I can no longer load the original Season 3 estate. I'm not sure if it was an incompatibility with one of the mods on it, or if it's an incompatibility with something on my computer. I genuinely don't know. But I do know that the mod still works for other people, so I can't load this file anymore. But I did take the time to trim it out, along with a few other hero mods that just weren't jiving with me. And then I went and made this one. And this is actually the third time I've tried to make this estate now. The first time was just with those heroes trimmed out. The second time, the problem I outlined with Courtyard Plus in episode 0 kind of happened to me again, where like the skill boxes of the enemies was popping up like above the enemy after their turn had ended and was going into other enemy turns and my hero turns. I know that has a potential of like crashing my game and having really severe side effects, which is really unfortunate because I do like Courtyard Plus. So I ended up trimming that out and restarting the entire estate because of that. So that's why this took me a little bit longer, because that happened on the week like 30 or 40, and I had to start from 0 on that again, which is unfortunate. If Courtyard Plus is still working for you, go ahead and use that. I know that Courtyard Plus does that if that's the only mod I have installed. So once again, it's something kind of weird with my computer, I think. That got trimmed out, unfortunately, which is why I'm putting this out on week 60 instead of 70 is, one, there's less heroes in here to level up, so I was running out of stuff to do, and two, Courtyard Plus wasn't in here, so there was less areas to level up, and I didn't want to get too far ahead. Now, since those were trimmed out, I do want to also mention, you probably saw up here that Trinkets plus the Musketeer Trinkets rework isn't up here, and instead the Musketeer rework is up here. That's because I forget what the mod maker decided to call it, but I think it was depreciated. I guess this mod here basically worked it into the mod itself. There's a few mods in here that basically were rolled into each other, and some of those mods are no longer needed. So you can basically turn those off and move these mods into those spots higher up on the list. So I ended up trimming those out, and I ended up trimming out a few trinket mods just because they didn't fit my playstyle. One example was the Rudiment Sunward Isles mod. Basically what it did is it gave him another stunning trinket that I don't use his 2 stunning moves too often when I decide to use the Rudiment. So I decided to take things like that out, where one, they didn't fit my playstyle, and then they would make those prize pools a little bit smaller so I can get the things I want from those a little bit easier. Probably should have looked at those before I got them, but if you want those in there, they're nice. If not, well, you can probably take them out without too much of a hassle. And then the one other big thing I did take out was like way down here. There's one called the Twins Plus, which you need the Manor, which is way up here for, and the Sunward Isles for, and basically it's a huge set of trigger mods where if you beat the Manor, which is a darkest level quest, mind you, and my mindset here was, once I'm ready for the darkest level dungeons, I'm basically just going to do all the darkest dungeons, and then this file is probably going to be done. So it's going to be the Manor, then the darkest dungeons. But for the twins to trigger, you have to do the Manor, which, mind you, darkest dungeon, remember. So my mindset is already just go do the Manor, then be done with the game, because the Darkest Plus isn't around anymore. I couldn't find the Darkest Plus anywhere, because it got taken off the Steam Workshop for whatever reason. And then after you beat the Manor, you have to go back to champion level Sunward Isles quest and hope to find the twins wandering around. Well, they're kind of like the collector in there, where it's just a chance. And with my luck, I don't know when or if I'll even find them, so I ended up taking them out just to maybe make loading times a bit easier, and maybe, I don't know if it affects the stability or not, because it's a slightly older mod. It's just one less thing on the mod list then. So I ended up taking off like 10 mods, I think, from the list. It's not an insubstantial amount of things. Most of those were the heroes, but then those expired mods, the redundant mods, and things like that. I did end up adding 3 mods here, one of which is a class, I'll admit. The Duelist came out, the DD2 Duelist. She looked really fun. I do enjoy her in DD2 every once in a while, so I thought a lot of people put a lot of work into her. I'll show her off in this, since we're starting a somewhat new estate. Even if it is continuing on from the Season 3, I can add 1 hero in here. Wellington came out with another Halloween class, the Wild Hunt. I really liked his Orcadian that came out last year, so hopefully I'll like the Wild Hunt, and hopefully all of you will too. I think they can spawn anywhere, but don't quote me on that. I don't quite remember today, and I didn't write it down in my notes. But the Orcadian could only spawn in the Cove last year, so it might be something along the lines of that. And then the Wild Hetty came out with the Goblin Sappers, which is a really, really funny and fun enemy, just normal enemy that can spawn in the base 4 areas that kind of acts like the Thrall from the Cove, where you have to beat them by turn 2 or they explode. However, they have a gimmick, where if they're not in row 1 when they explode on their allies instead of on us. So the 10 plus damage on the enemies is kind of hilarious, I'm gonna admit that. So great work on those. But we're going to continue with this. I don't plan on adding any mods to this list, just so anyone knows from this point forward, just to preserve the stability of the estate. But let's get into it. And just so you all are aware, I probably made a post about this earlier today as of me recording this. This is me re-recording this episode. So I'm hoping this episode is okay. I can't believe I'm saying this, 2 years of doing YouTube now. Can't believe I've been doing YouTube for 2 years.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
I had the weirdest audio bug. It was showing I had no audio where I was obviously talking, and it was showing I had audio where I was not talking, and it was making editing it absolutely horrendous, and it was actually just going to be faster for me to re-record this than to try to edit that. I will be posting some of the cooler fights that happened in that, because I did do a few things. Like, I think I found a Mimic, and I actually had a really, really close fight with the Mimic, because it kept taking people that did a lot of damage to me in it, and things like that. So I will be posting those this weekend, but just to show people where the estate kind of is, I tried to preserve where we were, because I remembered having the stagecoach kind of maxed out. I didn't remember where the experienced recruits was. So we can upgrade that right now, but I'm going to try to save that for upgrading the Abbey a little bit more. And the Abbey only needs a few more upgrades. The Sanitarium has 2 treatment wards, 2 medical wards right now, and is slightly upgraded. I remember the guild being fully upgraded. Blacksmith still needs some work. We have the same 3 districts, so the Sanguine Vintners, the Kraken Society, and the Warpstone Society. And that's basically it for upgrades on the estate here. Trinkets are very different for what's here, unfortunately. That's basically RNG. But we do have some fun ones. I got very lucky with the heads. So I have a lot of them. Bearstons, Diggs, Dismas, Junia, Maverick, Musashi, and Napoleon. And Amethyst. So that's a thing. I think I did all the bosses that we had up to then. I did make the mistake of accidentally defeating the hags I thought we had on the other estate, but I then remembered just as we beat her, oh, I hadn't, and I didn't want to redo all the work all over again. We are about where we were in the courtyard, the Baron, and then pretty much all the apprentice bosses otherwise that were beaten are beaten. So the plan for today is to actually go and start with the Hallowed Harvester, get the regenerating tomato from him for Amethyst. Or not Amethyst, although that's probably her actual name now that I think about it. But for Rosemary here, because she's one of our better healers. I do think I'm going to bring her to this fight, though. The others I'm going to bring are Ghost, our Vessel. I had this lined up, and then I forgot about it. Rex, the Trophy Hunter. And then I wanted to bring Garrus, the Arbiter. I think this could be a really, really fun fight. Actually going to bring Lightning Hands on him. I'm going to do trinkets really quick, and we'll be off. Alright, so Rex here got a few really good quirks I just want to point out really quick. So I locked in Blade Master, so he gets 3% damage with melee skills, 3 accuracy, and 3 crit. He also has Tough, so 10% max HP, and Mutated, so plus 15% max HP, giving him a grand total of 62 HP. And then we're going to go with Biting Blade on him, Teeth Rake, Trifuricate, and Bloody Ambition. He's going to have Dismas's Head on him, and Legendary Bracer for the damages. Ghost, our Vessel, not much on him for either way. He's actually going to have minus dodge and minus accuracy because Laudanum Penchant, so we're going to have to bring that. Let me redo this here. We're going to be going with Nail Strike, Piercing Slash, Lacerating Cyclone, and Crippling Lunge. He's going to have the Wayward Compass for the crit, and the Crescendo Box for the damage and speed. Garrus, once again, not much on him. Gothic can be good if we get the torch low enough, but he's going to have Burst, Lightning Hands, Raptorial Nature, and Eagle's Eye. Then I'm going to put Musashi's Head on him for both the crit and the chance to crit up, give others a crit buff. And then a Lightning Blade for the damage. Rosemary, not much on her. She does have Musical to de-stress people, but other than that, she doesn't have much. I'm going to put Wilbur's Bandana on her, so anything she attacks will be marked. And then Amethyst's Head, so she gets extra restoration. Alright, let's go get us a Harvester and have some fun. I think he can Blight, and I'm pretty sure he can Bleed. I'm going to bring Medicinal Herbs, because I'm not sure if he can debuff. And then we'll bring the Laudanum, just cuz. Elsewhere, lowborn superstition would be met with mockery. But only the stars know what horrors this estate might have brought forth. Now, no hate on the Hallowed Harvester. I love him as a enemy. But in the grand scheme of things, he's not that bad of an enemy. Like, he's not that bad of an Eldritch Horror. He just wants to protect the crops. Where everything else in here is so much worse. Alright, let's do this. See what I get. Alright, big hit coming at Rosemary there. I'm going to Lacerating Cyclone, get the Aegis off of him, hit the Screecher. Going to get a mark on the Screecher, so we can take it down faster. Garrus, my boy, start burning your actions. Ghost now can bypass stealth. Lightning Hands the birdie. And Raptorial Nature.
A singular strike.
Bloody Ambition. Get you a pumpkin, my good man. Get you a pumpkin. Maybe a birdie. He really doesn't like Rosemary. Well, I don't think that bird's around anymore. I think it had a bad day. Alright, let's Crippling Lunge get the dodge down. I think you're the weak one there, sir. Alright, this gets damage reflect up. Biting Blade.
The ground
He's having a bad day. I don't think you're gonna like that. This does more damage. Go Ghosty. Mark him. Throw that pitchfork. Yeah, go ahead and hide. Oh, he healed. What a little coward.
Masterfully executed.
Well, go ahead and eat. He's going down. And then we can't do too much about this. Trifuricate. Just throw it into the weeds.
The sharpened blade.
So I did get a Screecher. So plus food consumed, but minus stun and minus stun resistance. But for the trade-off, you get Eldritch Screech, which is on attack hit debuff for minus stun resistance, 140% base for the debuff to land. Trick or Treat if you get the set, plus 25% virtue chance, which is unfortunate because when I recorded this the first time, I did get the set. And then I also got the Monocular, which is just one. If you know what a monocular is, you know, but if you don't, it's a single part of a binocular. For the Saw Hunter, plus 5 accuracy per 10 light above 50, or plus 4 crit per 10 darkness below 50. So you get to pick your buff. That's really cool. And then we got the Regenerating Tomato. I like that. Now, let's see here. Rex hit level 4. Rosemary did not hit level 5. I thought she would. Eagle Eye on Ghost, and he does have ranged moves, so that can be good. Yokai Hater on Rex. Damage and minus stress versus Yokai. Rex is not allowed to gamble. That's not... I don't gamble, so, I mean, that's not bad at all. The only bad thing here is Unluckwear, which we can get rid of. That's only minus dodge, minus crit, minus scouting chance, and not in very bad amounts.
Perhaps things are not as bad as they seem.
One good week. And while the campaign continues to drag on, recent events have emboldened the standing roster. Confidence is reported to be at an all-time high. Plus 200% idle stress relief, which I believe is like 5 stress. So instead of 5, they'll get 10 to 15. Don't know really why I'm checking this, but nothing that I don't have. Okay. I'm probably going to throw her and Sed into stress relief again, just because they have a decent amount yet, and I don't plan on using them, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, Regenerating Tomato again, but the Lantern of Light and Death is something I absolutely love. Plus 1 crit if torch below 76, 51, 26, plus 2 crit if torch below 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5 crit if your torch is below that, plus 5 accuracy if torch below 51, 26, and 3 accuracy if torch below 1, for a grand total of 13, plus 10%, 5%, and 10% damage if torch below 51, 26, and 1, on friendly skill, torch minus 5, on attack, torch minus 5. So that's a lot of different buffs that you can get. I think it might be worth getting that even if I get another Regenerating Tomato, but I think I'm going to go get the Joui Seirei. Despite the local protests, the Lord has continued to clear the land for his castle. More Onabi have shown up and combined to form a Joui Seirei. Go disperse them before they cause trouble for the locals. And I'm going to try a fire team, despite my horrible luck with them. So I'm going to be going in with Reynald the Crusader, Smite, Zealous Accusation for the fire attack, Stunning Blow, and Battle Heal for just an emergency heal. He's going to have Dismas's head on him, and the Ancestor Candle, which might be a bad idea come to think of it, but we're going to find out. I'm going to find out. Brunhild the Salamander with Flame Gout, Dragonfire, Steam Vent, and Sweep Kick. She's going to have Replacement Fuel for the speed and the dodge, and then she's going to have Healing Mixture, so on monster kill, heal self for 5 HP. She also has Penetrating on her for the 5 armor piercing, and I should have actually pointed this out, that Reynold has plus 10% damage if torch above 75, which kind of stacks with the Ancestor's Candle. However, you'll find out why this might be a bad idea once I go into the quest. We have Fulville's the Bombard. I will rename him back to what the community named him once this one dies. Okay, he has tough, so he has more at max HP, so he is a little bit tanky. However, we all know what Kaboom does to him. So I'm not using Kaboom this time, but we are using Molten Throw, Concussive Blast, Fire in the Hole, and Rearm it. And he's going to have Hag Spices for the debuff chance on Molten Throw, and Crescendo Box, so he goes faster and has plus damage. And we have Vetra the Tempest, who has Amethyst's Head and Ancestor's Map. She also has Tranquil Mind for minus stress and accuracy, and then she has Phaser, Feedback Loop, Amplify, and Energize. We're going to see how this goes. Now, Joui Seirei are many Onobi banded together to form a stronger shape. I think that I've seen them in this quest. Oh hell, where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're gonna have to be in the upper left there. And we'll avoid that. Alrighty. Map is gonna help. Map is gonna help. Screw the Shoguru. They're gonna go first. So let's Dragon Fire them. You can do no, you can't. So what we're gonna do is Amplify. And you can Molotov this one. That's what I wanted to not have happen, but that's alright. And then, poof, read.
Give them no
Read,
order.
drum, read. Feedback loop. Zap. And it's stunned, yay. Hey, dodge actually paid off. Now, let's thwack him. And will Dragonfire take him out? Likely.
Formation.
Hey, we still got one.
Maintain.
And we healed for what damage we took. And Cocktail.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And Flame Gout. And we can heal. And Molotov.
As the fiend
And he's down.
a faint hope blossoms.
And I forgot to use these. There we go. I'm going to get this Curio real quick, which is exactly what I wanted. So, there's two things that might come of this. One is a buff, and two is a very good quirk. Got the buff. Armor piercing until camp. I'm going to take it. I'm also going to do this. De-stress the Salamander. Alright, how do we want to handle this one, folks? Dortabu is probably the most dangerous thing here and the thing I hate most. However, that being said, Shoguru. Let's get rid of them. Because the riposte there. Which I'm going to give myself on Vetra. Oof. Will Flame Gout take it out?
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Delicious cucumber. Alright. Let's stun you. Feedback loop. Just for the heals. And then... so I'm not going to get what I want. Poof. Just hit them all. Of course you're going to heal. Let's see here. You're stunned. Can't Molotov who I want. What I could do, and that's a horrible hit chance, is minus the stun resistance on all of them. And then stun you before you get in action. If I Dragon Fire again, nope. This one goes to 12. Alright. Get rid of the corpse, though. Now everyone's in range. Put that heal on. Shoguru.
A devastating blow.
I love that quote. I love it so much. And... Oh, one down. I was trying to see if I could get more heals off the feedback loop. And pop. Since she ended the fight, we're not going to get a heal off the loop at all.
Or is it merely a trick of the...
Now, there's another quirk I could get off of her, but I don't think anyone's going to benefit from it greatly. So I'm not going to go back for it. But it's 1 damage for every 33 stress you have. Yeah, we'll go this way. I just got myself another battle. Yeah, there's Zona B. For those of you who don't remember it, gives a buff to everything else, plus damage if torch above 50 and 75, so everything else is getting a 25% damage buff right now. Lovely. Is this what I need right now? Nothing has riposte. Get rid of it. Get rid of you. Oh, that's a crit. Unfortunate. They're just doing their thing, aren't they? Not anymore. I would finish this fight quickly if I could. Well, that's kind of the end of you, sir.
Singular strike.
Don't really need this. I'm doing better on torches than I thought I would, too. Alright, we gotta go left. Torch up. Anything fun?
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Probably can get rid of this. And I'm not even gonna bother with journals just cause, yeah. Going up, then going left. Try to, Reynold. I mean, 30% armor piercing could come in handy. Wrong trap.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Need a torch for this. And to the boss we go. I do like the design here, the look, but I didn't realize that we could surprise bosses until like I found these guys. And they both get the buff because each one of them gives the buff to the other. Now I could Dragon Fire and hit both of them, or I could Flame Gout and get the damage received buff on one. Which is funny because they're basically fire. Fire and lightning, ever so frightening. And 60% damage received. Well, what's the chance of stunning one? I'll get it next turn. And I can put damage on this one and then take it out with one of my other attacks. Heal up on someone. Probably should have just phasered, but that's alright. That's a shock to you. And pop.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
And then I can go all out on this one. Pop. Move forward. And it's gone.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Suppose we can look around a bit. I do have like a bunch of supplies that ended up not getting used. I didn't even like camp, which is kind of bad. Not even like stressed out or anything. Okay, we can eat. Probably go down here, camp, and go to the battle. And pop out, get that curio, and see what the deal is. Ooh, Isonade and Nozuchi. Okay. Let's get this going. Ouchie. Those Isonades, man. Actually, not what I wanted to click, but that's alright. Get rid of the Nozuchi because I don't want the disease. And it's gone. A little bit of a zap. He really does not want the Bombard alive. Can't really blame him, but wow. Alright, let's toast some shark. I'm sure it tastes good. Maybe not with shattered glass in it, but...
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
I'll do fire in the hole just because it's the only thing that can hit. Heal up. Man, he's got some heal on him now. Get rid of the corpse. And try to hit the door, Tabu. There we go. Grumble, grumble, grumble to you, sir. Alright, I think Zealous can still hit, yeah? I both like and don't like the changes to this. I like that it can hit row 3 now.
They can be beaten.
But the fact that it isn't a double hit anymore still gets me. I'm gonna need the deeds. I think we can use the firewood here. Like that.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Probably gonna need these. And we can do this. Alright. Overclock. Flame on. Don't need to stand tall. But we can do Zealous Speech, no stress whatsoever. And ignore stealth. Fun.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Take care of a Nozuchi. Concussive for now, because that's what we got. Phaser to move back. Should move back by 2 there. And it's puking on itself. Yay!
Grievous
Gross.
injury. Palpable fear.
Okay, get rid of that one, please. Now get rid of that one. Stun the Oni, maybe?
Powerful blow.
Darn, he resisted. Still got a crit on him, which is nice. And now he's down. Not much of a rhythm to dance to there, but now it has a riposte, which is great. Take care of him. Heal up. Take care of a corpse. And now we can hit the Shoguru. Heal up again. Shoguru. This poor little drum, it's trying its best. It's like a little drum turtle.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Just gonna see what's over here. One of these seems to be like in every single fight. Oh, that's lovely. Here's some fire. And here's some fire. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, we can do this.
as life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Yeah, we're not losing Brunhild.
This skirmish may be lost, but the battle may yet be won.
I'm being smart here, folks. We're not losing her. Quest complete. So we did get the Lantern of Light and Death there. There was a more fun fight in the first time I did that. So we'll throw that up this weekend, because that's where I found the Mimic. I scraped by the skin of my teeth. And that's where I basically stopped recording. So hopefully, sound is working. Everyone there is level 4, which is nice because I got a stock of veteran level 4s that I can use. I will need to get some money, so that's what the next episode's probably gonna be if I'm not using the duelist. So Yokai Slayer on Reynald, which is nice. Nimble, which, ooh, a faster Salamander is awesome. But I do need to get rid of Love Interest, so I'm probably gonna lock both of those in on her, or like lock Nimble in while getting rid of Love Interest. Wary on Fulville, so plus scouting chance, plus disarm chance, that's nice, and Husk Slayer on Vetra.
An eternity of futile struggle, or penance for my unspeakable transgressions.
The Lantern Festival. Due to Oriental influence, denizens of the Hamlet have decided to celebrate the Sunward Isles annual Lantern Festival. The Isles will be lit throughout the night. 20% stress relief received in the Sunward Isles on the next quest, and minus 15% torch burn rate on the Sunward Isles on next quest. So we're gonna head to the Sanitarium, like I said, get rid of Love Interest, lock in Nimble, on top of the fact that she has penetrating, so there's a big chunk of my money. And then no one else had something I need to get rid of, correct? Alright, cool. That half-foot guild charter could be really good depending upon the team I use. I could go in there and try to get more stuff from both the Dwemer Lake and the Raging Raiju minions. It looks like it's going to be the best trinket around. So I really want to try out Sahar in a quest because I really haven't played with her too much. So I'm probably going to be playing with her next time. I don't have a set in mind, so I'm going to try to figure something out, but I make no promises. It's probably going to be a very dance-heavy team looking at her kit, because the move I really want to focus on using is Flesh, because that's 4-3 and it's usually her heaviest damage move, but I'm gonna look at her kit a little more and see from there, because I don't think I have any trinkets for her either, despite... Oh, I do. So I can do a few different things with her, but I think I'm gonna focus on a dance team so I can use Flesh, because that in DD2 was like her highest damage move, but it's also her dance team heavy move as well. The one thing I'm not sure about is how to exactly get her into a stance to begin with. I think I have to start with preparation, switch to another stance, and on first use gain another action. So I'm not quite sure about that. I don't really see anything that does start with a stance, so I'm not sure there, but I'll figure it out pretty quickly, I'm sure, because I'm gonna have to trial by fire and all. But yeah, pretty heavy dance team probably with her, and go from there and see what I can do going into the Warrens, having fun with that. But hopefully y'all are okay with the fact that I restarted this how I did, because there wasn't much of a choice other than just dropping Season 3. Because I did run into a few issues trying to recreate the Season 3 in the first time with even having the Courtyard Plus in it. So hopefully y'all are okay with me dropping Courtyard Plus as well, because that wasn't in the plan the first time around. I didn't communicate that. Everyone should be able to see which heroes I dropped in the mod list. That should be public by now. I made it a few days ago, so Steam should be okay with the list. It should be public by now. In the description, there should be a link to the Steam list. So everyone should be able to see which heroes are in here, and if they want, they can go back to the old video and see which heroes were in that, and you'll be able to see which heroes were dropped. Hope y'all are okay with that, and let me know what you think of it down in the comments for sure. I'll stop myself from rambling any further. I think that's where we'll end it from this time. Really helps with the channel if you like the video, if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. And otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.